Hello, language explorers. It's me, Anne, from Walk a Day English, where we provide daily walk themes combined with English language learning. If you're new to Wade, check out our welcome video to see how it all works. Today, I'm inviting you to join me on a very special walk, one where we will explore Indigenous art, language, and culture right in our own spaces. This video will help you learn 20 new words inspired by Indigenous cultures of Canada, and you'll discover how art, language, and the land are all beautifully connected. Let's walk and learn together. Let's start by looking at some Indigenous vocabulary. Some are specific to where I live, but others may also be connected to your space. Anishnaabe is a group of Indigenous peoples in Canada, including the Ojibwe, the Ottawa, and the Algonquin nations. The word means original people. Wendat, an Indigenous nation known as the Huron. They traditionally lived in what is now southern Ontario. Haudenosaunee is a confederacy of 6 Indigenous nations, also called the Iroquois Confederacy or Six Nations. The word means people of the Longhouse. A longhouse is a large shared house made of wood used by some Indigenous nations, such as the Haudenosaunee. It is a symbol of community and family. The Three Sisters. This is named for the 3 important crops grown together: corn, beans, and squash. These plants support each other as they grow. So the corn grows strong and tall, the beans will grow on the corn stalk, and the squash protects the space on the ground from animals and pests. A totem is an animal, plant, or natural object that is a symbol for a family, clan, or nation. It often represents ancestry or spiritual beliefs. We're going to see a number of totems today. Clan, a group of families with a common ancestor, often linked by a totem. Clans are important in many Indigenous cultures. So we will be looking at some totems with animals and that represent different clans. Inuit, Indigenous people who live in northern Canada, especially in Nunavut, the Northwest Territories, and northern Quebec and Labrador. The Métis are people of mixed Indigenous and European ancestry, with their own unique culture and history in Canada. A powwow is a traditional gathering or celebration with dancing, singing, and drumming. They are often held by Indigenous peoples in Canada. Some of them are open to the public so that we can learn and interact with the Indigenous cultures. Some of them are closed and private. So check before you head out to a powwow. As you walk, look for shapes, art, and even real animals that remind you of these words. Many Indigenous nations use animals as symbols for clans, stories, and teachings. The marten symbolizes cleverness and resourcefulness. The crane stands for leadership and communication. The loon represents peace and the power of voice. A bird often is a messenger in many of the Indigenous stories. A bear symbolizes courage and protection. A fish represents knowledge and life. The wolf stands for loyalty and working together. A turtle symbolizes the earth. Turtle Island is a name for North America in many of the Indigenous stories. A beaver represents building and community. Eel symbolizes adaptability and survival. The heron stands for patience and independence. The snipe represents alertness and awareness. A hawk symbolizes vision and perspective. The deer represents gentleness and kindness, and I will show you a picture of a deer in my journal entry as I was able to find one for the Haudenosaunee, the Wendat, and the Anishnaabe. As you notice these animals or symbols on your walk, in art, nature, or even in your imagination, try saying their names in English. Write them in your journal and think about what they mean. The more you connect these words to your own experience, the more they become part of your vocabulary. Don't worry if you didn't see all these animals today. The important thing is to be curious and open to learning. Every step you take helps you understand more about the language and culture. Now, let's talk about how we use these words to describe our walk and feelings. Today, I'm making sentences about my walk using the new vocabulary. For example, I saw a painting of a bear and felt inspired by its courage. I wish I had noticed the turtle sculpture last time I was here. You can download today's PDF guide linked in the description. All this information and some journaling questions are there to guide you through today's walk and journal entry. Remember, every time you practice, you're growing your language skills. Now, before we practice speaking together, this is the part of the video where I encourage you to practice your speaking by shadowing what I say. If you are new to shadowing, check out my welcome video. But listen carefully and repeat after me. This will help you sound more natural and confident in English. Give it a try. Let's go. I was reading a book about teaching from an Indigenous lens. It talked about how English word use reflects the perspectives. For non-Indigenous people, we might say we live on Mother Earth, as if she is only a surface and we are separate from her. However, Indigenous people would say we live in Mother Earth, which expresses that we are part of her. Today's walk is literally in Mother Earth. All the art I saw was on the ground. This first piece by Mairi Brascope is called Flow and Grow. It represents the interconnectedness of water and land and how the three sisters support each other. The next ones are different deer clan totems from the Energetic Signatures by Catherine Tomorrow. This is the deer from the Wendat. There is a big sunflower behind the deer. When I first saw this art installation, I read the sign that said it was a totem. For me, totems were poles, so I looked around and around for the pole. It wasn't until I reread the sign and stopped looking up that I realized it was a flat totem connecting to Mother Earth. This is the Deer Clan totem from the Anishnaabe. Totems include not only animals, but plants and natural objects and symbols. I wish I could find and learn more about the symbols here. I see something like a sun or a flower in the deer's stomach, a star at the top, a river running in the background, and some sort of plant at the deer's feet. This deer is from the Haudenosaunee Nation. Again, I couldn't find what these symbols represented, but I see a sun or moon surrounded by the deer's antlers. It is standing on a leaf or possibly a feather. There is swirling texture on the edge of this piece, so maybe that is water and the center is land. There are three double ovals floating around the deer, and I have no guesses for those. You're ready to go. Take a walk in your own space. Look for art and symbols, and use your new Indigenous vocabulary to describe what you see and feel. Every walk is a new chance to learn and connect. Happy exploring! If you would like to get personalized feedback on your journal entry, become a WADE member by signing up on our website. Take a look at the next video for another great Walk a Day English language adventure. If you like this video and would like to see more, click on the subscribe button. Until our next walk, stay safe and go explore your space, one word at a time.